What's up, fuckers? Let's do another podcast right quick. This time, I want to talk about men. Well, I guess the lack of men. If you see me looking over, I have some notes that I attempted to write last night, but I doubt I'm going to follow much of those. Men, God, man, society has absolutely destroyed men, and men are depicted as complete idiots throughout society, and I think it's ruining the world. And feminism has completely screwed us. So I don't think many people realize this when I say men have been depicted as complete idiots throughout society. Look at your normal TV show. So everybody's familiar with The Simpsons, right? Marge is kind of like the hardworking one, the smarter one, takes care of the home. Homer is the babbling idiot that screws everything up. Like, everybody loves Raymond. Like, if you look at any of the newer superhero movies, like, same thing. Like, there's so many women superheroes, or the women are the better superheroes and they're better at everything. It's like everything in society is making men weak. You can look at the modern court system, how child support and child custody goes, how divorce, alimony, and all that goes. A lot of things in society right now are aimed at making men weak. Weak men cannot overcome and overtake a society. Like, if you look at like the back in the day with the Romans or ancient battle times, you couldn't have a bunch of women overtaking a strong army. You know what I mean? So it almost seems like men are being, I don't even know how to say, like, not just demonized, but men are just being made out to be little bitches, to say the least. Look at the typical relationship. Look at all your friends. If you're a guy, if you're a girl, especially if you're a girl, look at your relationship. Who runs the relationship? Who controls everything? I guarantee you 9 out of 10 times the woman controls the relationship because the man is scared he's going to get hurt in court. The man's scared he won't get laid. Whatever the reason may be, women run the majority of relationships. And it's kind of sad to see. It's kind of sickening when, like, so, just a quick story. I was sitting with 3 guys at this guy's house. This one dude was like, hey, don't tell your wife, but I'm supposed to be going on a date with such and such. Well, the guy left. Dude goes right to his wife and he's like, oh, hey, the guy that just left, he's going on a date with your friend, blah, blah, blah. Made a big deal out of it. It's like, men can't keep secrets. Not even keep secrets, but like, men can't keep things to themselves anymore because they're scared. Oh, if she finds out, I'll be in trouble. I won't get laid anymore. Like, dudes are a bunch of pussies. And it's sad. It's sickening. Like, I don't really hang out with many people at all because no guy knows how to show up on time. No guy wants to go to the gym. No guy wants to create a business. Nobody wants to better themselves. Nobody looks into self-improvement in any way whatsoever. Nobody wants to go to a conference to learn something about themselves. Nobody wants to pay attention to their financial status. And nobody wants to put their woman in check so the woman doesn't destroy the household. Because if you look at statistics, women aren't they, I'm trying to think of the number. I don't remember the number, but the majority of the spending in the U.S. is done by women. Women have a free reign to basically do whatever they want. I'm not trying to demonize women, but a masculine woman is the most unattractive thing in the world. And if you're a guy and you look for a masculine woman, more than likely you're feminine and you want somebody to take charge so you could be a little girl. Simply said. It's just sad how men are being controlled by women so much. Like, not many men anymore will fight for anything at all. So many men nowadays, all they want to do is give up. Like, go to the gym, work out for a day, oh, I'm sore. I'm going to give up. I'm not going to do it anymore. You know what I mean? It's just, it's sad. Like, I can understand some things you might give up on. If you're trying to fight the court system in America, that's a losing battle. There's no sense of even trying to do that. But us as men, we need to do better, man. Like, we need to figure out how in the world to toughen up. Because, like, if you look at, I'm 37. So if you look at, like, late 90s, early 2000 rappers, look how rap used to be, and look what rap is today. You used to have men rapping about things that were, to say, thugged out. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't scared to do what they had to do. You look at rap nowadays and you got these scrawny little boys that could be snapped like a twig, and it's like you don't know what they're talking about, and they're singing about Xbox or some kind of PlayStation. I can't even listen to modern rap. It's horrible. Not just because I'm older, but there's no substance to it. There's just nothing there whatsoever. I don't know, man. And then you got, like, for instance, Nicki Minaj, who's kind of a badass. If you listen to some of the shit she says, she goes harder than most of the men do nowadays. Prime example of exactly what's going on. You know what I mean? With the pussification of modern men, to say the least. And in the workforce, last but not least, I'm not going to carry on with the rant too much. In the workforce, I was around a couple business owners. The business owners prefer, now this was a pretty physically demanding job. You're lifting 100 to 200 pounds on a regular basis throughout the day, 6-7 days a week. Pretty hard job, you would think, right? The business owners prefer to hire women because women will go to work, do the job, not complain about it, and get it done. Whereas the men would do nothing but constantly complain. They would constantly whine. They would hardly get the job done. They were always calling off. Women are becoming more dependable. Whereas in the past, the men were more dependable, especially when it would come to the hard physical labor jobs. Honestly, you can't even say something anymore like, oh, we need to stick together as men and we need to band together, because it's like, you're going to get a bunch of pussies banding together doing pussy shit. You know what I mean? Going to the bars on the weekend, that's pussy shit. Instead of going to the bar, open up a book, read a book about something that is going to improve your life. Instead of just working your 40-hour job and fucking sitting on the couch eating pizza or drinking beer every day after work, go to the fucking gym. Wake up early and go to the gym. You have to do things to improve your life, because the way society is, it is not like it was for our grandparents. Look at your grandparents. The 80, maybe even great-grandparents, depending on how old you are. Like for me, for my great-grandparents, they're both passed away, but they would be late 80s, early 90s right now, right? They had, I wouldn't say they had wealth, but they had a house paid for. They had money in the bank. They didn't have to worry. They stuck to a budget. They were fine. When they passed away, the kids got their cars, the kids got the house, kids got money in the bank. Look at people's parents right now that are 50 to 60 years old. The majority of them don't have shit to give to their parents. Now, look at my generation. We are fucked. Absolutely fucked. Us as men need to figure out how we are going to provide for our children and have something to pass down. Have some kind of a legacy to pass on, versus being these little fucking rats in the rat race of life, not accomplishing a fucking thing. Like, you need to be somebody wants to look up to. How many of you fuckers have had people message you, oh, hey, you saved my life. You know, my life is better because of you. I look up to you. I started doing XYZ because of you. Is that not something we want in life as men? Don't we want somebody to look up to us? Don't we want our significant other or significant others to look up to us? Children, how the fuck do your kids treat you? As a man, do your kids respect you at all? Do your kids look up to you at all? When your kid wakes up in the morning, do they come to you and give you a hug? If the answer is no, you're a bitch. I guarantee you, you're a pussy if your kids don't respect you. The more of a man you are, the more respect you will get from your children. Do it for your fucking kids at least, because half of you, oh, my life is dedicated to my children. Well, you're a bitch and your kids don't even fucking respect you. So it's some kind of a cop-out excuse for you not to do anything better with your life. Do better. Pick something. Do you want to do better for your parents? So when your parents pass away, well, not pass away, but as your parents get older and get sick, as a man, are you going to be able to take care of your family? Do you have a place in your home? Do you have the finances to buy a second home? Do you have what it takes to provide for your children? You need to ask yourself these questions. If you're drinking too much, like I said, there's just so many things that you know just by listening to this, you're like, oh shit, I'm a little bitch. And just say it. Look in the fucking mirror. Like, oh hey, got a mirror. Look, dude, you're a fucking bitch. Because I am. I'm a fucking bitch. I ain't nowhere close to where I need to be, and I will fucking admit it. I'll put it out here on YouTube and every other fucking place where a podcast will go. Potentially millions of fucking people, if it gets that far, gonna hear him like, oh shit, this dude called himself a bitch as he's preaching how not to be a bitch and you shouldn't be a bitch. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. I'm a bitch. I have a lot to learn. And I know I have a lot to learn. I admitted to myself a long time ago, I am not the man I know I can be, and I'm working towards it every fucking day. Try to do something with your life.